Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a bit of a different video. I posted on my Instagram kind of like a list of things that I wanted to try and do in the month of June, and one of the things I posted was that I really wanted to try playing around with makeup a bit more, and like playing with a bit of color and just like doing a makeup look just for the sake of it, rather than like it having to be like a special occasion or whatnot for me to actually like put time into doing one. But I thought a fun way to get me to start doing that would be if I like filmed myself doing that. So I've got like kind of like a crazy setup. It's like my first time trying to film like a makeup video, so we'll see how it turns out. For my birthday earlier this year, my brother actually got me this palette from Flower Nose, which so pretty. It's part of the Sweetie Bear collection number 6 eyeshadow palette in the shade 03 Mint Chocolate. It is like so beautiful. So beautiful. I haven't used it because it's so pretty, but I'm like, I need to use it. Like we need to use the special things, you know, or like things that feel like you need to save them for a special occasion, like we should use them. So I want to use this today. I want to do like a blue look. I've saved a couple of inspo images, which I'll like put up on the screen. The main one I'm kind of going off is this one. It's so pretty. I don't know if I'm going to do the gems. I do have gems, but I don't know where they are. So we'll just see. We'll see how we go. But I wanted to kind of do this almost like old school YouTube vibes. Like we're together every step of the way, hence the bare face as well. But I have done my skin prep already. I guess let's get into it. I hope you're excited. I'm terrified. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but there we go. I'm going to start by priming my eyes. I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance primer. I really like this one. My actual favorite though is the NARS tinted eyeshadow primer, but they discontinued the tints. Even though this one doesn't have that much of a tint, I feel like I just like the feeling of it. I have a couple of other eyeshadow palettes to use in conjunction. I want this to be the primary, but I do also have the Kylie Cosmetics. Why doesn't this say which one it is? I think it's just her nudes. It looks like this. But I'm going to go in with base and just set that primer that we put on. So I'm going to go in with a fluffy blender brush. And I'm going to start with a bit of natural and just put that in my crease, like kind of blend it all out, if that makes sense. I'm going to start taking some shadow and nude on a fluffier brush and just like putting that where I put the natural. I just want to kind of open up my eyes a bit. I don't know the proper terms. I'm winging it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dimension on my lash line, and then I'm going to go in with the blue and the shimmers, but I think I want to do my wing first based off the image. I'm going to go in with the lighter brown shade on this like dome brush, like tiny little brush. This one's from NARS. It's the number 44. And I basically want to put it on like that outer V to kind of like elongate. I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush and just kind of run it through that like darker stuff we just put in to kind of blend it all out. I'm going to take this NARS brush. It's a liner brush. It's the 46, and I'm going to go into the darker shade, and I'm basically going to map out my wing. I'm going to kind of follow my natural line, and I need a closer mirror. I find mapping out a wing with eyeshadow so much easier than mapping out a wing with liner. I think it's a bit more forgiving. And this brush is amazing because you just stamp it on. And the good thing with this type of look is the liner is quite smoky. So it's okay if you're readjusting, like fixing things up a bit. It is absolutely fine. So I'm just making sure it connects to my lash line. I think I did a pretty good job. I did just have to like not talk, and I did poke myself in the eye. And that's fine. Okay, the rest of her lash line is quite smoky, so I'm going to take like a smaller, like thin little brush, and I'm just going to run it along my lash line in that like dark brown shade just to add a bit of smokiness to my lash line. And it can look quite messy, like it can look smoky because we haven't really put the main colors on yet. Like this is kind of going to get covered up by the glitter and the blue and whatnot, but so like don't freak out. Everything is fixable. I saw a really good quote the other day, which I loved. Like literally I was like, oh my God, this resonates like so much with me. It was this guy on Instagram being like, the improvisation show, I can't remember what it's called, but in the introduction, they say the most like philosophical the most philosophical thing. I'm just putting some eyeliner over what we've just done as the wing to like kind of make it a bit more permanent. But they say the most philosophical thing. They're like, welcome to the show where it's all made up and the points don't matter.
The show where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
I'm going to start on the blue now. I'm going to start with like this flat brush to kind of press the color in. It's a MAC brush, the C57. And I'm going to start with the like blue color and tap into some of that and kind of place it where I want the color. We'll see how we go. So it looks like it's kind of like in a corner, almost like a cut crease, and then like a second wing as well. So anyway, yeah. But then this guy on Instagram was like, isn't that like the perfect like symbolism and like representation of life? Like everything is made up. Like everything we are striving for, like a set of rules that like someone else has put in place and is like made up for us to follow. And then the points don't matter because at the end of the day, like we all die. Like if you're striving for like wealth and stuff, like does it really matter that much? Like, do you know what I mean? And so I'm like, what a kind of freeing statement where it is like, okay, so everything is made up. And if nothing matters, then like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why not change jobs or like use this eyeshadow palette that's been like sitting in my wardrobe since like March? Like, why am I not doing these things? I'm just taking like a fluffy brush and going over all that blue to kind of like blend it out a bit. But I'm kind of like, why are we not doing the things that we like want to do because we feel like we can't do them? Does that make sense? Do I even know what I'm saying? I'm also going to go into this Go-Go Tales Color Library palette because this blue here is a bit closer to the blue that I'm wanting to accomplish. So I just want to like layer a bit of it on and see if that's going to kind of help save this mess. Not that this is a mess because it's an experience. Oh yeah, that is much more blue that I am wanting, and it's also way more pigmented. So yeah, I kind of want to just like start living by that. Is it a manifesto, motto, phrase? Everything's made up and the points don't matter. Live your life. Live your life. Like, I feel like the most important things are like how we treat each other and like just like finding some enjoyment in this hellscape. Use the things that have special meaning to you. Like, live your life. Okay, the blue is on. It's there. Do I like it? Who's to say? I am gonna go in with my like crazy as hell fluffy Morphe brush. It's the Ariel A14. I'm just gonna kind of like brush over everything, just to kind of smooth it out. Okay, I think I want to go back over the wing and make it a bit more smoky, and then I might be happier. So let's see. I'm going in with an angled brush now. And I'm just gonna put the shadow on my wing and bring the shadow like kind of along my lash line as well. I'm just gonna go in with like a normal eyeshadow brush, like this type of brush, which is the MAC A317. I'm gonna go into that like light creamy kind of color, and I'm just gonna like dot out where we're gonna put that gold shimmer to kind of brighten the area underneath. I'm gonna use the glitter from this palette, but it's more of like a duochrome shimmer, I think. So we might need to then pull some glitter from another palette. I don't even know if my brush is picking this up. Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to use a finger. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's really pretty. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just putting that in that whole like white space in the center. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna do my brows and I'm gonna do my foundation and like concealer. And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna see what to do because something just doesn't feel right. And I think I just need to like do my brows. It's like one of those things where it's like, once you do your base, you're gonna be like, oh, it looks good. But right now, because I have no eyebrows and a blank base, I hate it. So BRB. Okay, I'm back. I've done my base, I've done my brows. I'm feeling much more hopeful. I think I just need to smoke out the wing a little bit more, add some more glitter because I think glitter makes everything better, then do like mascara, lashes, etc. So firstly, I am just gonna run back over with this to soften the edges a bit. I am also gonna grab my angled brush again and I am gonna go into that Kylie Nudes palette and take the black just to kind of deepen and smoke out the wing a little bit. I think right now it's too brown. I think we need to get some more cool tones happening. I just realized I need to powder my under eyes, so I'm gonna do that first. I've got the Laneige powder and I'm just gonna run it over my under eyes with my blender and then press them with the powder. And this is just so we have a nice smooth base to work with the eyeshadow and stuff. Okay, back in with the Kylie palette and I'm just deepening up and smoking my lash line a little bit more. But it's like I said before, sometimes things don't look right and it's because you don't have all the pieces together. You can apply that to life too. I'm gonna grab the Hourglass Obsidian, the 1.5mm liner, and I'm just gonna tightline my upper lash line. And I'm gonna grab that same black shadow and just fill in like any gaps on my lash line. Okay, I need to do the under part of my eye. So I'm gonna go back in with that really like thin, fluffy blender brush. And I'm just gonna go into that light, like creamy shade from the Flower Nose palette and just run that under my entire eye, just to kind of like make the base for the rest of the shadows. And then from the image, there is a bit of blue. I'm not going to use the Flower Nose one because I want it to be that lighter blue. So I'm going to go back in with that press brush we used. And I'm just going to place this really lightly under my eye and then blend it out with that thinner, fluffy brush again. And then it becomes just a sweep of something under the eye. But it's not the main event. The main event is the lid. They do like highlight the Aegyo. I don't really do that, but I am gonna take a little bit of the shadow shade from the Kylie palette and I am just gonna run that like under the very, very center part of my under eye where the Aegyo would be if I had it, but I don't really have any. But just to kind of add a bit of dimension. I don't do a lot of shadow under my eye normally, so it's actually quite nice to do that. And then in the image it looks like they kind of have some of that lighter cream shade going from the under eye along the wing to kind of highlight it. So I'm going to go back in with like that fluffy normal shadow brush and just kind of drag that out a bit. Then I am going to go in just with my finger and take that like gold shadow and put it in my inner corner and then kind of like drag it along my lower lash line as well. I do also have this Dior shimmer palette and I am gonna do that exact same thing with like a little fluffy blender brush in the like white shade, and I am just gonna put that on my inner corner to brighten it and kind of blend that in with the blue, and then I'm gonna put it on the front part of my under eye as well, like, and drag it more into the middle, and it just starts to kind of bring the look together. Yeah, like I like that. I'm going to take this tiny little bullet brush and back into the Flower Nose palette, I'm taking that blue glittery one and I am putting that right in the center of my eye. I might have to end up using my finger. Okay, finger it is. And I'm also going to go in the center of the eye on the top. I'm kind of just doing my own thing now and I'm just trying to pull the look together. I also need to extend the wing out on this side a bit more. I am actually going to pause the eyes for a second and start prepping the lips. I'm going to put on the Huda Beauty lip contour shade in soft nude. I'm just going to like pre-line my lips so that it has enough time to dry. I like to focus this right on the center and like a little bit under my lip in my inner corner and then the cupid's bow. We're going to look a little bit crazy for a bit, but it's like we're contouring our lips. I'm just going to go back in with the gel liner from Hourglass and I just want to add some into my inner corner to create that kind of cat eye effect. We're just elongating the inner corners to create like a more almond shaped eye. Then I am going to go in with some mascara and curl my lashes and then might add some falsies as well. And then I'm just going to go in with the Tower 28 mascara and I'm going just back over and like adding another curl to kind of help the mascara hold. See how it's like all coming together now? I should never have doubted myself. So I'm going to go in with the lashes. I got these from Yes Style. They are the Sunflower Comics false eyelashes. There we go. This is going to be a fun experience. I have never really put falsies on myself before. So this is going to be a whole lot of fun for everyone. Okay. I don't know how well I've done this. I don't want to put more on because it has freaked me out a little bit and they're not comfortable. I'm going to put some mascara on my lower lash line, a lip on, and then we're done. I'm going to use the Nreain Juicy Lip Tint in 37 Mellow Pear. And I'm just going to put this all over my lips. And while that dries without me putting my lips together, I also am going to take that Dior palette and I'm going to put it all over my face. I'm gonna take a lot of that white and a little bit of gold and put that on my high points. I'm gonna go in with the Half Magic shadow stick and I'm just gonna add almost like a cut crease of glitter to both eyes and just kind of like putting it over that like inner corner blue bit. That was in the shade Champagne Snowflake. Finally, I'm gonna put on my lips the Flower Nose lip gloss in the shade P08. It's part of the Seashell collection. It's a really nice like nude brown. And I feel like that just counteracts any of the like redness that was coming through from the Nreain lip. And I'm just gonna use my finger to diffuse the edges. Okie dokie. This is the finished look. I love it. It's very different from the original look, but I think it works for my face. I feel like I need to do my hair. I've tried to do like a kind of messy slick back. I feel like that works with this look. But here's the finished look. I feel quite proud. Like I feel like I pulled it off. I think I look stunning. I look stunning. Anyway, it's not exactly the same, but I feel like I did a pretty good job. I just hit my tripod, sorry. I feel like it's a pretty good attempt. I'm not mad. Like, I'm excited to go about my day looking like this. Thank you guys for watching if you did. I feel like this was such a good opportunity for me to just like play with makeup. Like I did one of the things I said I wanted to do this month. I feel like, I don't know, I feel so pretty. I feel so pretty. I feel so chic. I'm like, what should I do? Maybe I'll just sit and edit a video, like, and that's fine. And also it felt so nice to like tap into my skills again and try and create like a fun, interesting look that is like completely out of my comfort zone. Like I was like, oh, I can do this. And then I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I think it turned out pretty well. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my brother for giving me this Flower Nose palette. Sponsor me. Give me more Flower Nose. Anyway, bye.